Hello again, and welcome back to Science and Imagination, part of your library summer reading program. I want to talk for just a second about a book that I read when I was really young that got me really interested in science and really got my imagination going. And that was Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. And Jules Verne's, that book, Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, was all about Captain Nemo and his submarine and all of the things that they got up to. And that got me really interested in the ocean and how submarines work. And that can be really interesting. Of course, we all know about things floating in water. And if what we're putting in the water is less dense than the water itself, then it's going to sit right on top of the water, just like you see this water bottle doing. But if it's going to be denser than water, if it weighs more by the amount of volume it takes up, and this is just a water bottle that's actually full of water with some weights in it, a little BB to serve as weight, you can see what happens when I put this into the water. And it's going to sink right down to the bottom, just like that. So, as I said, I got really interested in submarines and the way that they can move around underneath the water, not only down on the bottom of the ocean, but right out in the middle of the column of the water. A really simple setup here to show you how buoyancy works and how we can control buoyancy so that not only can we go down right down to the bottom of the water and come right back up to the surface, but if we're really clever about it, we can get our little boat to float right there in the center of the column of the water. So what I have here, just got two syringes, nothing sharp on them, no needles here, and just a tube between the two syringes so that I can move air from one to the other. And we've got a weight in here to make sure that what we're doing is going to be heavier than water. So we just put that down in there and it is going to sink right down to the bottom. I want to make sure that the tubing isn't keeping it moved around, but you can see it doesn't have a lot of air in there and it just sunk right down to the bottom. But as I move air from this syringe into the other one, you're going to watch it, and we're going to do it pretty quick this time, and it's going to pop right up to the surface of the water, just like that. And what's really cool, if we pull the air back out, it's going to sink right back down to the bottom. So what we want to do is we want to just get the right amount of air for it not only to sit on the bottom, not sit on top, we want it to sit right in the center of this water. And so we can push just a little water in really slow, or little air in really slowly. You should see that in start, and it's going to start coming up. We just want to go real slow, real careful, to see if we can find just the right amount of air. And a little too much. We pull a little bit back out. And it's a little tricky. You got to keep trying. And there it is, just floating right in the middle of the column of the water. And if we had a propeller, we could go explore. All right. So that is how buoyancy works, and that's a little experiment that if you have just a few simple things lying around the house that you can play around with. And so I think that's a really exciting thing for you to use some science and to fuel your imagination. So have a great day.